Issue about Adisada is still
Yeah.
very fresh on the minds of many parents as well as stakeholders. So, Brian Appiah signed a statement from his NGO, Child Rights International, and we also had him on the insert. But Cookie, he did say
Yes.
in that release that the alleged act committed is criminal in nature. So again, we have to make references to the action allegedly being criminal in nature. And this is pointedly in his statement. And the institution must address the criminality based on a proper investigation to obtain a social inquiry report that will determine the kind of systems and the punishment regime to be offered to the parties.
Yeah.
And he also says it must be addressed within the space of the victim, the perpetrator as well, and the non-participating students when these actions or investigations are being undertaken. And pointedly, he says that criminal conduct must be referred to the appropriate institutions to handle. If the perpetrator is below 18 years, the trial must be carried out within the juvenile justice system.
Yeah.
So we're seeing a situation where if the interested parties, it could be the parents or the school, etc., they want to pursue this further within the juvenile justice system, it means that some investigations will have to be undertaken. If there's some culpability, it also means that it has to be carried out appropriately.
Yeah,
and I think that to serve as a deterrent, it must be undertaken within the right structures. And I think Child Rights International pointedly put up this.
He even explained it in the last paragraph of the communique, and it says that despite the undeniable role of the Ghana Education Service, in this case, it is our view that the decision to dismiss the students is not informed by appropriate investigative channels and a social inquiry report. Therefore, GES must rescind their decision and reinstate the students in the school unless their presence poses extreme threat to other students, and such removal must be in accordance with Section 212881 and 18.1 and MNN of the Children's Act 1998 Act 560. Yeah,
I think so. And I think that what Child Rights also is trying to point out is that the juvenile justice system is available to serve as some level of a reformative platform. So these are young people, they need to be given the opportunity, or the perpetrator also needs to be given the opportunity to reform and to grow, because somebody may grow up and not be the same as they were when they were young. People make mistakes, you know, and they have to be given opportunity to also still participate in education. And I think it makes a lot of meaning as we do this. It's still trending. So a lot of parents who have either maybe our guardians, etc., didn't really like the video. Not didn't really, condemn the video.
Exactly, condemned.
Including all of us.
Yeah,
certainly.
all of us, yeah.
But of course, the perpetrator and the victim, as well as the others who were just bystanders, also need to be given some.
Who were just looking on and laughing.
Yeah, it's not funny.
Yeah, it's strange when we are young. We take a lot of things for granted. I mean, this wasn't a laughable situation, but they were just standing by, laughing and cheering on and all that. I mean,
it's not funny.
It's crazy when you're young, but hopefully they all get reformed as we all learn at the same time as well. Anyway, so moving on to other matters. Yesterday, we got some good news from Parliament, and it's everywhere. If you haven't heard by now, then let's announce to you this morning that Parliament made Ghana proud yesterday by abolishing death penalty. So now in Ghana, if you are convicted of these following crimes, I was trying to follow the crimes that warrant death penalty, and that includes conviction of murder, attempt to commit murder, genocide or piracy, and smuggling of gold or diamond. All these convictions warrant death sentences, but as at yesterday, these are no more holding according to the Criminal Offences Amendment Act 2022. So now it means that if you kill anyone, I mean, under whatever reason or under whatever circumstance that it may have happened, you get what? A life sentence instead of a death penalty. So we just want to ask you this morning, do you think this is a step in the right direction I mean, the champion of this bill has been lawyer Javier Sosu. He's championed this right from the beginning, and yesterday he was elated that eventually it's been passed. The bill has been passed into law. Well, it's still waiting for the signature of the president so that it can fully become a law. So we are still waiting for that one. But let's ask you this morning, the abolishment of this very act. Are we happy with it? Are you okay with it? Do you agree with it? Let's hear from you this morning. Our phone lines, our phone numbers will be on the screen shortly. But Roland, what do you think though?
Well, I'm somebody who is very much want the mosaic law.
Okay. Okay. So eye for an eye.
An eye for an eye.
Oh,
if you kill, you must be killed.
Must be killed.
But it's my opinion.
Okay.
So I think that well, people may reform, but the thing is that once you're killed, and the court determines that it's murder, not manslaughter, because that then, if you look at the homicide cases or the charges thereof or the offenses thereof, you have to say that once a court of competent jurisdiction does pass that, well, you must die if you killed somebody, you know. But at the end of the day, this is what we have, and I think it's progressive. Because the thing is, we're the 29th country in Africa to do that, and then the 124th country in the world.
Okay,
so,
please hold on to your line of thought. Eben is on the line. Good morning, Eben. You're calling from Manprobi, is that correct?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Good morning, Cookie, and good morning, Roland.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Thank you for joining us.
How are you?
And remember to listen to the conversation through your phone and not through the TV set, please. So we don't get feedback. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. The abolition of the death penalty is a very good thing because sometimes I think wrong judgments are passed. Yeah, and then probably somebody will be killed once maybe the offense for which they were convicted wasn't real. Because you know the justice system in Ghana, sometimes it doesn't really go well. So I think abolishing the death penalty is a very good thing. At least probably innocent people will not be killed. So giving them life sentences and stuff, I think that would be better. At least the person will have the chance to leave to appeal if probably they feel they've been convicted wrongly or something. So what Parliament has done is a very good thing and it's very commendable. I think other African countries and then the world at a large place, other countries will learn from it and then it will help. So that's my submission. Thank you.
Okay, even before you go, let me just ask you. So how about people who are already on death row before this amendment? What do you say? Should they be commuted or brought back to life sentence?
Yeah, I think yes, it should be changed to life sentence. Since the law has been passed, I think if those people are given life sentence, it would be better.
Okay.
At least it should affect everybody.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for your thoughts this morning. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Well, I was listening to lawyer Javier Sosu yesterday, and he actually reiterated that from 1993, yes, I think from 1993, nobody's really been executed. I mean, everyone on death row has not even been executed in the country. We haven't done that in the last 30 years. So I think it's only prudent that everyone serving on death penalty or is on death row just must be brought back to life sentence if it is
those sentences
possible.
Be commuted
exactly.
To life.
I mean, because if they haven't been executed or killed in the last 30 years, then apparently, or if you ask me, there's apparently no reason to do it.
And so far, that number comes to 176.
176 people on death row. Oh, wow. Sadiq is calling us from Tamale. Sadiq, welcome to TV3Newday.
Yeah. Good morning.
Morning. Let's hear you.
In fact, the abolition of the death penalty is good to some extent. But looking at the dynamics of society, people and their lives always become very watchful, very careful when they know that something is around to take them from their freedom. So the cancellation here, I want to ask whether it's in favor of the citizenry, it's in favor of who are sentenced to death imprisonment. This particular question because this particular death penalty, many wrongdoers are very aware of it. And because of that, they are always very careful in the way they handle issues.
Oh, we lost him. Too bad. Anyway, good morning to all of you watching us from Tamale.
An eye for an eye or life imprisonment.
Yeah. So just like he's saying, I mean, if you know that you're going to be executed if you murder anybody, or if you're involved in the smuggle of gold and diamond and stuff like that from Ghana, would it rather keep people in check as compared to knowing that, oh, even if I'm caught or convicted in the court of law, I will just serve